Hello, welcome to Smashcast, your #1 source of Super Smash Brothers news. My name is Pick, and with me I have
Nikomar.
And I'm Supernomics.
And today we're going to be talking about a new addition to the Smash Bros. Metagame. Despite all the changes made to the game's physics, the largest gameplay addition to Smash 4 is the ability to alter special moves. The ways this will affect the potential metagame is unpredictable, leading to a divided consensus within the competitive Smash community. So, what are your guys' thoughts?
I don't see a problem with it being in tournaments. I think it would be perfectly fine, and it should be legal. You should be able to counterpick different movesets.
No, I do agree with you with some caveats, you brought up the idea of counterpicks, and along with stages, I believe that certain ones will be banned,
Oh, of course.
Naturally. Now, the really interesting segment I think comes in is where I do feel is it plausible for perhaps tourneys to have their own legal sets, or you could play this build of a character or another build, and then you pick between the two, the few options they have.
Well, I've thought about this before, and I've thought, that the Smash community could just find the most balanced version of each character and make that the tournament official version of the character or something.
Why not the best instead of just the balanced version?
Well, I mean, you could go with the best, but then you might end up with something that's broken. But
yeah.
If the best is the most balanced, then I'll go with that.
We might end up with a fucking Brawl minus retake.
Yeah.
Just somehow. Okay.
Yeah.
But to me, I think it would be interesting if they did 20 legal custom sets. But I would much rather give the player the ability to customize their own specials. Obviously, there might be some that are just broken. You might have to ban them. But I do very much appreciate the idea of other games such as Marvel, where you get to pick different assists, or the new Mortal Kombat, where you get to choose different moveset. Well, it's in Mortal Kombat X, you get to choose different moveset styles for each character that essentially gives them a different moveset, much like customizing your moves in Smash.
Yeah.
So
it would add a lot more strategy to the game as well if they were picking themselves.
It's I much more appreciate the idea of being able to stay with your character and counterpick through the use of different special moves than completely having to go to a different character just because the opponent would happen to pick a character that counters whatever style you're using.
And how do you foresee the counter picks? When would they have time to do that? Do you think it would take too long?
I don't think it would take that long. It might very well increase the time that it takes to set up between matches. But much like button checks, it might be only a slight annoyance.
Yeah.
This is a common thing I see coming up a lot in discussions about this. Is would it take too long? And I think that is a serious concern, and I'm not sure how we could address that if it does take too long.
Let's break it down. You have 4 moves you can change, right?
Yeah.
4 moves per player. Will that really take too long? I mean, if it's in the same menu, presumably as the controls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully it should just take about as long as putting in custom control options in Brawler Project M.
I think it might actually take less. You pick a name, or it just happens to go along with whatever character you're picking when customizations are on. You go over to that character, you really fast drop down the menus, or just slide it over to the side and just get your moves right away and go back. I don't think it'll take that long at all. Under a minute, honestly.
True. It all depends on the UI, which Sakurai seems to. He likes simple user interfaces.
Yeah. And there might even be easier ways to port over your custom movesets into whatever console you're using.
Yeah.
Using Amiibo.
Yeah.
That would be great, honestly.
That is a possibility.
You can transfer custom movesets through Amiibo. That's been confirmed.
Oh, nice. That's good.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a totally reasonable thing.
Yeah. Now we just have to have Wii U gamepads set up at every setup.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, the amount of time it takes for people to like go down, just plug up their controllers, get everything ready. I mean, they could just do that a little quicker with setting up their custom movesets.
Yeah.
It's just like when people like were to pick a name and then have these different, like, sometimes even crazy control schemes.
You guys remember back before Brawl was released, people were debating, not necessarily as intently, but the discussion was still there. People were debating whether or not that were custom controls, would they take up too much time? And we all know the answer to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all in all, I think we've knocked down the convenience aspect of the argument against it. It all comes down to legality and that kind of thing. Like, it definitely would add an extra element to the metagame. It might even make up for some of the physics changes the community doesn't like.
Yeah, and it definitely makes up for shortcomings of some characters.
Yeah.
So I think, like, you know, if there's a character that's just underpowered yet they have some really good specials that even them out a little bit, that should totally be a thing that happens.
And you know, as for legality all around, I think something interesting that could be done is what they're doing at KTAR. We just have 2 separate tournaments, one for, you know, regular vanilla movesets, and then have a separate tournament that allows custom movesets and Mii Fighters.
Yeah, totally.
Oh yeah. Like, I think we've covered pretty much all the issues that have come to mind. Let's see, anything else you guys can think of?
Okay, well, you know, just like regarding the overall like consensus of this, like, what would you guys like to see, really? Like, just reasonably, would you want to see custom movesets like just completely incorporated into just the standard meta, no separate tournament, just you can pick whatever custom moves you want aside from banned moves? Would you like to see a separate tournament?
Personally, I'd like to see it part of the main metagame, because then if it's put off to the side, then it won't be as developed as thoroughly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer the first
There'd
option.
be missed potential there. Oh, go on.
I would definitely prefer the first option.
Yeah.
So what about like builds of each character though? Would you rather have that so that there might like be no cheap combinations that people just abuse?
That comes down to how the combinations turn out when the game is released.
Yeah.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. It might make things quicker though. I mean, probably not actually, now that I think about it. Perhaps, I don't know. Like, how would the presets, like, would they be names already built into the data?
Well, it could be like, even if you were to pick your own name and then give yourself custom controls, you would always go into there and set it to like the 20 legal version.
Yeah. Although let's say that they had predisposed names set out with the moves already chosen.
Yeah, and they could have that too.
Have one for every character.
That would take a lot of effort on the TO's part.
Yeah, it really would. So I don't foresee that happening.
Yeah, there's so much crazy stuff that comes along with this. So yeah, any closing thoughts on this matter?
I like custom movesets.
Me too, and I'm looking forward to, first of all, getting my hands on trying them out, seeing what they do to the metagame. Hopefully the community is open-minded enough to give them a shot. I think they will be, and I'm especially interested in the ability to counterpick with, you know, different moves.
Yeah, definitely.
Possibility, like, it's something that could really, you know, add a whole another level of depth to the game.
Yeah, because like upon my initial, just upon my initial viewing of these custom moves when they were first shown off, it seemed like such a really cool concept and very interesting that I wouldn't want to let something like this elaborate go to waste.
Yeah.
So I would hate for it to just disappear as like a side gimmick. I would really like to be able to take a character and then make them my own through whatever setup I feel like works the best with me.
Hopefully they're well executed. Like, theoretically, what if they make the movesets feel less cohesive?
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely problems on Modern Horizon. We've already seen some crazy, pretty crazy like alterations, such as DK creating like a tornado with his swinging arm punch.
Mojo ass shit.
I mean, I don't know, but I'm just excited to be able to use DK's giant blow.
Yeah.
Giant. We need to rename that.
So is that it?
Yeah, I believe it is. So, hey, thank you so much for listening. And you know what? If you feel up to it, give this video a like. If you feel up to it,
comment, subscribe.
Yeah, subscribe. Yeah.
Oh,
And
no.
hey,
Follow us on Twitter.
Yep.
@SmashCast tweets.
And-
And like us on Facebook. Facebook.com/TheSmashCast.
Yeah.
and you know where to go for your Super Smash Bros. Or Wii U and 3DS news.
Goodbye.
Right.
Okay. See you later.
You got.
That's pretty good.